They tried to keep this family war hidden, but the truth just exploded on. It's uglier than anyone imagined. Aimee Osbourne, the daughter who's always stayed out of the spotlight, has finally broken her silence, and what she said about her own mother, Sharon Osbourne, has left fans absolutely stunned. She's accusing Sharon of using Ozzy's heartbreaking illness as nothing more than a tool for fame and attention. The Osbourne empire, built on drama, reality TV, and controversy, just cracked wide open, and the daughter who walked away from it all is calling out her family like never before. This isn't just gossip. This is a bombshell revelation that flips the Osbourne legacy upside down. Did Sharon really exploit Ozzy's pain for the cameras? Has Aimee been holding back secrets this entire time? And could this be the final fracture that destroys the Osbourne brand once and for all? The whispers are getting louder, the family is spiraling, and the internet is on fire with theories. But what Aimee just revealed changes everything. Stick with us, because once you hear what was said, you'll never look at Sharon the same way again. For years, the Osbournes have been considered one of the most famous and most controversial families in entertainment history. Sharon, the powerhouse manager turned TV personality. Ozzy, the rock legend whose wild antics made him both adored and feared. And then their children Kelly and Jack, who grew up in front of the cameras on MTV's The Osbournes. That show turned the family into household names. But what many people forget is that there was always one family member missing. Aimee Osbourne, the eldest daughter, who refused to be part of the spectacle. She walked away from the reality TV circus and built a quiet life for herself, away from the screaming headlines and chaos. And for years, she stayed silent. Until now, because what just happened has blown the doors wide open. Aimee Osbourne has finally spoken out, and her words are shaking the very foundation of the family brand. According to insiders, Aimee is not just frustrated, she is outraged. In private conversations that have now leaked, she claims Sharon has been using Ozzy's declining health as a weapon for publicity, sympathy, and profit. These aren't just vague accusations. This is a daughter calling out her own mother for exploiting the family patriarch's suffering in order to stay relevant. And let's be clear, C's health struggles are no secret. From Parkinson's disease to his spinal surgeries, the Prince of Darkness has faced years of pain. The public has seen him stumble, struggle, and at times barely hold himself together. Sharon has been by his side during press conferences and interviews, often holding his hand and speaking for him. To fans, it has looked like loyalty, like love. But Aimee paints a very different picture. In the leaked audio, she allegedly says, "It's not about Dad's health anymore. It's about Mom making sure she has another headline." Every interview is about her, not him. The internet went into meltdown as soon as this clip surfaced. Fans who once sympathized with Sharon are now questioning everything. Was Sharon really protecting Ozzy, or was she milking his illness for the cameras? Aimee has always kept her distance from the fame machine, which is exactly why her words hit harder than anyone else's. She has nothing to gain, nothing to promote. She doesn't crave the spotlight. So when she says her mother is exploiting Ozzy, people listen. And now, people are demanding answers. But what makes this even more shocking is that this isn't just a one-time comment. Multiple insiders claim Aimee has been privately frustrated for years. She supposedly told close friends that she warned Sharon not to turn Ozzy's Parkinson's diagnosis into a media circus. But Sharon did exactly that, holding press conferences, sitting for TV specials, even launching a new reality TV concept that allegedly would have centered around the struggles of life with Ozzy. Aimee reportedly fought against it, begging her family to let her father have dignity and privacy. But, according to Aimee, Sharon overruled everyone. And if that wasn't enough, another leak has sent fans into a frenzy. A former Osbourne family staffer has come forward. claiming Sharon once said off-camera, "Ozzy's illness is sad, but it keeps us in the headlines." Those words, if true, are devastating. Fans now wonder, was it all strategy? Every hospital photo, every emotional update, every teary interview wasn't orchestrated by Sharon to keep herself and her brand alive in the tabloids. This revelation has split the fanbase right down the middle. Some are outraged, saying Sharon's love for Ozzy has always been real, and that no one, least of all, Aimee, has the right to judge how a wife deals with her husband's illness. Others, however, are convinced this proves what they've suspected all along, that Sharon is ruthless, calculating, and willing to sacrifice even her husband's dignity for fame. The debate is raging across Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Hashtags like #ProtectOzzy and #ShameOnSharon are trending, with thousands of fans arguing late into the night. And the tension doesn't stop there. Aimee's words have reportedly caused a full-on war inside the family. Sources close to the Osbournes say Sharon feels utterly betrayed by her eldest daughter, accusing her of selling out the family. Kelly and Jack are said to be caught in the middle, with Kelly allegedly siding with Sharon and Jack, trying to remain neutral. But Aimee, she's not backing down. In fact, some insiders suggest she is preparing to release even more damning information about how her mother allegedly manipulated Ozzy's health for business deals. Imagine the impact if Aimee drops receipts, emails, contracts, text messages that prove Sharon was negotiating media appearances around Ozzy's worst health moments. It would be catastrophic for Sharon's carefully curated image. And given Aimee's track record of staying silent for decades, the fact that she's speaking now makes it feel like she has something massive to unleash. But here's where things take an even darker turn. Behind the scenes, Sharon has always been known as a master strategist, a woman who built Ozzy's career back from the brink and turned chaos into gold. If Aimee truly is preparing to go public with more accusations, sources suggest Sharon is already plotting her counterattack. One insider chillingly revealed, Sharon will not let Aimee ruin her empire. If Aimee has dirt, Sharon has dirt too. The question now is, what comes next? Is this the end of the Osbourne family's public unity? Could we see the brand implode on live television? Or is Sharon already preparing to silence her own daughter before things get even uglier? Fans are holding their breath, waiting for the next bombshell. Because if the first leaks are this explosive, what Aimee says next could change everything. We thought we knew about the Osbournes forever, and just when you think this couldn't get any worse, another rumor is swirling that Sharon is considering legal action against Aimee to stop her from speaking out. Yes, a mother potentially suing her own daughter to keep her quiet. If that happens, this won't just be family drama too, will be a public scandal of epic proportions. But that's only the beginning. Because what's about to be revealed next might be even more shocking than Aimee's initial accusations. The fallout from Aimee's accusations has now spiraled into something even more dangerous than anyone expected. What started as whispers in the shadows has become a full-on family civil war, with the public watching every move, every leak, and every scandal unfold in real time. And now things have escalated to the point where Sharon Osbourne's carefully constructed empire is on the verge of collapsing. After Aimee's words went public, Sharon reportedly went into crisis mode. Multiple insiders close to the Osbourne family claim Sharon immediately called an emergency meeting with her legal team and publicists, demanding that they get ahead of the narrative. But here's the problem. This isn't some anonymous rumor floating on a gossip blog. This came directly from her own daughter, the one who has stayed out of the spotlight her entire life. That makes it far harder to discredit, and Sharon knows it. According to leaked emails that have begun circulating online, Sharon allegedly ordered her PR team to paint Aimee as bitter and out of touch. In one shocking line from these supposed emails, Sharon allegedly wrote, "She left this family years ago. She doesn't get to swoop back in and destroy what we built." Fans who once saw Sharon as a loving matriarch are now questioning whether she is willing to sacrifice her own daughter's reputation just to keep her throne. But Aimee is no longer staying quiet. In a new wave of leaks, she has reportedly hinted that she possesses receipts, text messages, emails, even video evidence proving Sharon orchestrated press opportunities around Ozzy's weakest moments. One insider revealed Aimee once caught Sharon scheduling an interview on the same day Ozzy had a major medical procedure. The insider claims Aimee confronted her mother, telling her he needs rest, not cameras. But Sharon allegedly brushed it off, saying, "The sympathy headlines will keep people watching." The internet has gone into a frenzy over this. TikTok is filled with creators dissecting every leaked detail, with some even pulling up old Osbourne interviews and pointing out moments where Sharon seemed to be dominating the spotlight, while Ozzy appeared frail and disoriented. Hashtags like #Ozzy deserves better and #Aimee was right are trending worldwide. Fans are posting side-by-side comparisons of Sharon's tearful press appearances, asking whether her emotions were real or rehearsed. And as if the scandal wasn't already reaching nuclear levels, another layer has just been added. According to a friend of the family, Sharon is allegedly threatening to cut Aimee out of Ozzy's inheritance if she doesn't back down. Yes, you heard that right. Sharon may be using financial power to silence her own child. The source claims Sharon told Aimee, "If you keep this up, you'll regret it when the will is read." This bombshell has sent shockwaves through Hollywood, with many insiders whispering that Sharon has finally gone too far. But Aimee, by all accounts, is unshaken. In fact, she seems more determined than ever to expose what she calls the truth behind the facade. Some believe she's even preparing for a sit-down interview of her own, where she will go on record about everything she's witnessed. Imagine it. The daughter who refused to play the fame game finally stepping in front of the cameras to blow the lid off the Osbourne empire. If that happens, it won't just be a scandal, it will be a cultural earthquake. Meanwhile, the rest of the family is being pulled into the crossfire. Kelly Osbourne has taken to Instagram, posting cryptic stories that many believe are directed at Aimee. In one, she wrote, "Some people love to play the victim when they've never even been around." Fans immediately speculated that Kelly was defending her mother and slamming her sister. Jack, on the other hand, has remained oddly silent, leading to rumors that he might secretly agree with Aimee, but is too scared to speak out. But the most heartbreaking piece of all this is Ozzy himself. Sources claim he is devastated by the rift between his daughters and his wife. He allegedly told a close friend, "I don't want to be the reason my family tears itself apart." Yet, in a cruel twist of irony, it's his illness that sparked the very battle now threatening to destroy them. And if that wasn't enough to set the world ablaze, new footage has leaked online showing Sharon backstage at a talk show just moments before bringing Ozzy out for an interview. In the video, Sharon can allegedly be heard telling a producer, "Make sure the cameras stay on me if he looks lost." Fans are calling this clip the smoking gun, the proof that Sharon deliberately put herself at the center while Ozzy's struggles played out for millions to see. Sharon's team, of course, denies it, claiming the video was taken out of context. But the damage is already done. This scandal has reached beyond just family drama, it's now spilling into Sharon's career. Networks that once clamored for her opinion are now quietly distancing themselves. Rumors are circulating that one major talk show has canceled an upcoming segment with Sharon, fearing backlash. Advertisers tied to her projects are allegedly reevaluating their partnerships for a woman who has thrived on control for decades. This loss of power could be catastrophic, but here's the twist no one saw coming. Just as fans were rallying behind Aimee, a mysterious anonymous account surfaced on Twitter, leaking what it claims are Aimee's private emails. These emails suggest Aimee might have had her own motives for speaking out, that she allegedly felt ignored, excluded, and overshadowed by her family for years. Could it be that her accusations aren't just about protecting her father's dignity, but about revenge? The fanbase is now divided once again. Some argue that even if Aimee has personal grudges, it doesn't mean her allegations aren't true. Others say she's weaponizing her father's illness to finally settle old scores with Sharon. The debate has reached such intensity that even celebrities are chiming in. Fellow rock legend Gene Simmons tweeted, "Family and fame rarely mix." Well, sad to see this play out in public. Meanwhile, media personality Wendy Williams bluntly posted, "Aimee said what everyone else was too scared to say." And just when it seemed like the chaos had reached its peak, one final twist emerged. An insider has claimed that Sharon may be preparing to drop her own bombshell tell-all book that will allegedly address not only Aimee's accusations, but decades of family secrets. If Sharon really does this, she could turn the entire narrative upside down, flipping the script from villain to victim. But at what cost? Because if Sharon exposes Aimee's private life in retaliation, the wounds in this family may never heal. Right now, the Osbourne saga feels like a ticking time bomb. Aimee has the sympathy of millions, but Sharon has the resources, the connections, and the willingness to fight dirty. The stage is set for a mother-daughter showdown that could either reveal the deepest truths of the Osbourne dynasty or destroy what little remains of it. And the scariest part, the next move belongs to Aimee. She's already promised more revelations. And according to one insider, the worst is yet to come. The storm that Aimee Osbourne unleashed has now reached an almost apocalyptic level, and every single day new pieces of this puzzle are being thrown into the public arena, making it nearly impossible to separate truth from manipulation. What started as a single emotional outburst from Aimee has now become a full-blown cultural firestorm threatening to destroy Sharon Osbourne's legacy, tarnish Ozzy's final years, and tear apart the family in ways that may never be repaired. Within hours of Aimee promising she had more evidence, the internet lit up with what can only be described as the most damning leaks yet. Screenshots began circulating, allegedly showing Sharon's correspondence with television producers about Ozzy's appearances. In one jaw-dropping message, Sharon allegedly wrote, "We need to highlight his struggle it makes for powerful television. Frame it as brave, but tragic. Viewers will eat it up." That single line alone sent shockwaves, as fans who once pitied Sharon for standing by her husband now accuse her of exploiting him for her own continued relevance. But the most explosive leak came in the form of a never-before-seen clip from the filming of The Osbournes. In the clip, Sharon appears to be coaching Ozzy on what to say, allegedly instructing him to look weaker so the sympathy feels real. Though Sharon's team has blasted the footage as selectively edited and manipulated, the damage has already spiraled out of control. TikTok sleuths have dissected every second, analyzing Sharon's tone, her gestures, and Ozzy's confused demeanor. Millions are convinced they're seeing the unmasking of one of television's most infamous matriarchs. Meanwhile, Aimee herself has doubled down in a cryptic Instagram story that reads simply, "Truth doesn't need spin. It speaks for itself." That single post gained over 500,000 shares in just 2 hours. Fans are now treating Aimee like the whistleblower of Hollywood, the daughter brave enough to finally expose the rot beneath the glamorous Osbourne brand. But Sharon refuses to go down without a fight. According to insiders, she's plotting a massive counterattack, one that could drag Aimee's own private life into the mud. Rumors are swirling that Sharon has hired a private investigative team to dig up dirt on her daughter, possibly linking her to past scandals that the public never knew about. Could Sharon really be ruthless enough to destroy her own child just to protect her empire? Those close to her say absolutely yes. One source chillingly remarked, "Sharon has built her career on control. She will scorch earth before she lets anyone ruin her image." And as the mother-daughter battle intensifies, Ozzy himself has allegedly been caught in the middle. Reports claim he recently broke down in tears, saying, "I don't want my illness to be the reason my family hates each other." Yet, even in his frailty, Ozzy's voice has become one of the most haunting parts of this saga. Insiders say Aimee keeps repeating that she's only doing this because she loves her father and wants his final years to be dignified, not broadcasted as reality TV fodder. Fans have latched on to that sentiment, with comments flooding social media. Aimee is the only one protecting him. She's speaking what we've all thought for years. But then came the twist that nobody could have seen coming. Aimee, in a private conversation that was allegedly leaked by a close confidant, hinted that Sharon may not be the only one guilty of exploiting Ozzy. She reportedly said, "There are producers, agents, networks. They all knew. They all cashed in on it. My mom just let it happen." If this statement is true, then this scandal doesn't just take down Sharon, it threatens to unravel the very industry that celebrated the Osbournes as groundbreaking television. Did the entertainment world willingly exploit a rock legend's deterioration for profit? Hollywood is now in panic mode. Already, one streaming giant has reportedly pulled early discussions about a reboot project tied to the Osbourne family. Another has allegedly put Sharon's upcoming guest appearances on hold, fearing the backlash. For someone who has thrived on staying booked and relevant, Sharon now finds herself ghosted by the very machine she helped fuel. And then, the ultimate blow. Aimee revealed her smoking gun. In what fans are now calling the Aimee tapes, she allegedly released an audio recording of a conversation with Sharon. In the clip, a woman believed to be Sharon can be heard saying, "Ozzy's not going to get better. We may as well make the most of it." That one sentence shattered whatever sympathy Sharon might have still had left. The hashtag Sharon Exposed began trending worldwide, while celebrities from across music and film began weighing in. Courtney Love posted, "Finally, someone had the guts to say it." Even rapper Cardi B tweeted, "Family or not, exploitation is exploitation. That's sick. That's sick." Sharon's team has rushed to dismiss the tape as deepfake manipulation, but many fans aren't buying it. The court of public opinion is already swinging hard against her. Polls online show over 70% of respondents now side with Aimee. Sharon, once the fiery queen of television, is suddenly the villain in her own family drama. But if Sharon thought Aimee would stop there, she was dead wrong. Insiders close to Aimee claim she's preparing to sit down for a tell-all interview with one of the biggest networks in America. If that interview airs, it could be the final nail in Sharon's coffin, because nothing will carry more weight than seeing Aimee face to face, telling the world exactly how she believes her father was used for fame. The fallout is tearing the Osbourne family apart. Kelly has allegedly cut off all communication with Aimee, reportedly calling her a traitor. Jack is being accused of playing both sides, refusing to publicly condemn either his mother or his sister. And fans are now demanding to know, where does Ozzy himself stand? Will he break his silence? Will he defend Sharon? Or will he finally acknowledge the accusations that his life was turned into a spectacle against his will? Right now, the Osbourne empire stands on the brink of collapse. Aimee has the receipts, Sharon has the fight, and Ozzy has the world's sympathy. The lines have been drawn. And with every passing hour, new leaks and revelations ensure this saga only gets darker. But here's the chilling part. Multiple insiders warn that the worst has yet to come. Some claim Sharon is preparing a bombshell of her own, a memoir draft that could expose secrets not just about Aimee, but about the entire Osbourne family. Others believe Aimee is saving even more damaging material that could leave Sharon unemployable in Hollywood forever. The family is at war. The industry is rattled, and the fans are glued to every second. And if history has taught us anything, it's this. When the Osbournes go to battle, nothing and no one is safe. So the question remains, who will win? Will Sharon manage to claw back control with her signature ruthlessness? Or will Aimee finally burn the empire down, piece by piece, until all that's left are the ashes of fame? One thing is certain, this story is far from over. And the next move could change everything we thought we knew about one of music's most infamous families. And now, after everything we've uncovered, the leaks, the tapes, the family fractures, and the shocking accusations, Claire, we are standing at the edge of something bigger than just a celebrity feud. This isn't just about Sharon Osbourne's reputation or Aimee Osbourne's courage. This is about the cost of fame, the truth behind the cameras, and what happens when a family's most painful moments become entertainment for the world. But the question still lingers. Will Sharon fight back with one final card up her sleeve? Or will Aimee finally succeed in tearing down the empire brick by brick? The next chapter in this saga could drop at any moment, and you do not want to miss it. Every second, more receipts are leaking, more voices are speaking out, and more chaos is erupting online. And you already know we'll be right here breaking it all down for you first, faster and rawer than anyone else. So if you're as hooked on this story as we are, now is the time to act. Smash that like button to let us know you want the full truth. Drop a comment with whose side you are on, Team Aimee or Team Sharon, because your voice matters in this firestorm. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications, because trust me, the next twist is going to make everything we've seen so far look like child's play. Stay locked in because this story is about to explode.